guys, this reading is going to be for Aries. I apologize for how I look. I'm not feeling so good right now, but I thought I would go ahead and do like a quickie for Aries people, just to see kind of what the energy is right now for you guys. What's going on for my Aries people, please? What's going on for my Aries people? This is for Aries Sun, though it may also resonate with Aries Moon and Aries Rising. Please make sure to check out your Sun, your Moon, and your Rising Sign video, as you may be operating more fully from one aspect of your personality over another at any given time. Also, keep in mind, though I say this is you, I am aware this can be your partner or someone else around you just as well. The 12th house, you could be dealing with a Pisces person, or you could be dealing with addictions, codependencies, toxic behaviors, shooting yourself in the foot, things from the past, things that are hidden, any of those kind of things. This is the unseen realm, all right? What else? Aries. What else for Aries? I'm going to go ahead and take that one. Okay, this could be affecting your work, okay? Or this could be that some of you are doing work that is behind the scenes, or that is hidden, or that nobody knows about, okay? Aries. Some of you could be hiding that you're working intuitively, or that you're working in some sort of caretaking capacity. I don't know if I should take that one or not. Some of you may be dealing with extreme emotions also. This also could be some of you hiding that you're working from home. It's going to be a different story for every Aries. Or this talking about you being in the past working from home, even that. Okay, some of you could have been hiding that you were working from home or as a caregiver or something like that, for legal reasons. Okay, so a good example of that would be somebody who's trying to avoid paying child support. I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but it could be. For some of you. Yeah, I don't know what this is talking about. You got Taurus in the first house. So it's something about how you were provided, how you were receiving money, okay? I feel like it was kind of underground kind of stuff because of some sort of legal matter, okay? That's not going to be every Aries, but for a lot of you, that will be the case. Let's look at your shadow side, y'all. This is going to be a very short reading. This is the end of it. I'm doing your shadow side, and then we're done. Like I said, I'm not feeling real well, but I wanted to get some videos out at least. What is the shadow side for the Aries people right now? Some of you also could be taking time off of work to deal with some sort of legal problem. Like I said, there's so many Aries, it's going to be different for everybody. Others of you could be taking off from work to nurture your partner. Okay. Or somebody you have a close one-on-one relationship with. Aries. Forgetting oneself. Let's grab the meaning for that. Card number 17. Wrong one. All right. So this is the card, Forgetting Oneself. This says the moon phase of waxing gibbous, so you're in a state of denial about something. Time as an eternal present, not fleeting, but locked. No progress is no regress either. A naked young man whose curly brown hair are intertwined by a golden laurel crown. Half of a golden mask protects his eyes, while the sky around him breaks, ripped to take the shape of a mistletoe branch. The sentence here is eating the lotus flower, numbing our identity, to go by the sound of music that was never ours. The Going Dark says, a modern Adonis, an ancient Hermes, a grown-up Cupid, shrined by laurel, myrrh, and lotus. Oh, mirth and lotus. He is the welcoming allure of the present moment, the warm embrace which numbs everything else. Like Bacchus, I don't know who that's, wet kiss. If you let go of the pressure and of the pain, if you let go enough of your identity and of the context you live in, then you will just feel better. It is what happens when you fall asleep, when you take refuge in the arms of a loved one, or when you watch a movie slumped ungraciously on a comfy couch. Sometimes, however, it asks for more. It takes more out of you, more of yourself to be forgotten, to feel just a little better. And maybe the twisted idea that if you forget everything, then you will actually feel better. Forgetting everything, letting everything go, not just as a moment of rest, but as a jump in the dark. It's like vertigo. You stand on the edge of the precipice, and a little part of you wants to jump. But it's just a moment of rest, a moment of pause, a moment of uncreative selfishness. So what? Let it be and sleep soundly. Y'all, I'm getting very strong vibes of this. Definitely could be addictions for some of you, because I get this feeling of numbing oneself to the pain of something. It's also like a denial and a numbing oneself is what I'm feeling here. For some of you, this could also be, like, for instance, being in a relationship that's very self-serving on one end or the other, either you or the other person, okay? And someone numbing themselves. That's kind of the way that I'm feeling about it. I don't know what this is about. I do worry about addictions, guys. If you have a problem with addictions, please do reach out to someone about that, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who has addictions and that's why it's coming out in your reading, because it is talking about you nurturing someone potentially also here for some of you. So this could be you I feel like somebody giving up too much of themselves. All right. in some sense of the word. I'm going to see if I notice anything else that catches my eye. Yeah, it's almost as if you're numbing yourself, trying to live the life that everybody else wants you to live, or that is expected of you, or that you're expecting of yourself, but it's not really what you want. Some of you may even be feeling as if somebody is not taking your thoughts and feelings into account, or they may be feeling this way about you. I feel somebody who feels left out kind of feeling. I'm not saying it's that, but it's something like that. And also, if you have any thoughts of harm, okay, I'm also going to point that out. If you're having thoughts of harm, I'm asking you to reach out to someone, to a counselor, to a trusted loved one, whoever whoever you need to reach out to. But I feel like a lot of Aries people need a lot of help right now. It could just be that y'all are, some of you are just in a situation where the give and take is just not really there. You're feeling like you're giving your all, getting nothing in return, but think that it's what you're supposed to do. That can be a thing for some of you as well. All right. I'm feeling very strongly that some of you are kind of on a precipice here, where you're starting to realize, okay, some of you are feeling worthless. That's what just came to me. You're feeling worthless because you feel like this is what you're supposed to do. And some of you may not be able to anymore, for whatever reason. Some of you may be hoping that somebody will step up and help out. All right. That could be another thing too, or somebody could be hoping that you will. Let's get a clarifier of this real quick, and then we're going to go. I feel like there's something important about the importance of sharing responsibilities, sharing money, not being the sole contributor. It's either you or somebody around you that has to understand this, because I feel almost like somebody who's very, very hard on themselves, who's treating themselves very badly, who's very down on themselves. And I'm trying to keep away from saying what I feel like they're actually doing. This is why I'm talking about talk to a counselor, please. No self-harm, no drugs, okay? Envious gluttony. I'm not going to read this whole card because I'm ready to go. But this could talk about shared resources and belief systems around sharing resources. All right. You could be the person, or you could be dealing with somebody who feels like they're entitled and they don't have to do anything. Okay. I don't know why I get that feeling, but I kind of do. And this is still a waxing phase where you're still in denial here. I'm getting a lot of denial energy. Going to the edge of the ravine, savoring the idea of letting go of all restraint. Y'all, I'm getting too many vibes about this. Please, please, please see a counselor if any of this is resonating with you. Speak to somebody, okay? says there is hunger sleeping just under the surface like an animal lurking. We have a man that has rotting, sickly skin and yellow eyes. He dresses in tatters and sticky blood runs down his chin. He has clawed feet and a crown of skeletal alligator jaw, the upper part on his head, the lower part on his chest like a gaping mouth. This very much has the feeling of self-sabotage, I can't think of the word I want to use, very down on oneself, but it's too much, like overly. This card is not just dark, it's unpleasant, sickly, disgusting. The difference in the how we feel in front of a vampire as opposed to in front of withering bugs. It's not an existential darkness that we can paint of romance, drama, and subtle anguish. It's raw, primal, reeking of rotting stench. It feels like there is darkness, and in that black landscape, there is a hole leading to an even greater darkness that is calling us, that is calling the urge, is pressed down every time, played with, toyed with, treated like something that doesn't belong here. Some of you may be feeling that way, alienated, or somebody around you is feeling very alienated as well. It's like rolling in the mud, bringing out the twisted, refreshing feeling of demeaning oneself. That was the word, demeaning oneself. Y'all, get help. Get help. And I'm not saying that trying to be funny, like I'm dead serious. The key is that we don't want to recognize the depth of the envy and the anger. We casted it out of ourselves. You know what I feel like? The guilt and the anger is coming from the feeling of being unworthy, that you're supposed to provide, okay? Or this other person is feeling this way, whatever it is. Someone here is feeling like they're supposed to be the one that provides everything, right? And while there is that expectations of oneself to do that, at the same time, there's an envy of the person who's on the other side of that. You know, I'd like to be on the other side of that for once, where somebody's actually caring for me, where somebody's taking care of me. I would really, really like that, you know, instead of expected to always be the one to provide. And I'm just making an example. It may not be exactly that. All right. Where is this? We cast it out of ourselves, and now it's truly a parasitic monster, impossible to accept as something that came of ourselves. Some of you, I do get addictions, I do get self-sabotage, I do get talking bad about oneself, demeaning oneself, undervaluing oneself. There is, like I said, jealousy, and I don't mean that in the way that most people would think, but it's more like I wish that I could be the one that somebody would provide for once, you know, in whatever sense of the word that would be. Some of you may have done something very questionable that you're ashamed of. All right, also for some of you as well. You could be looking back on that, regretting that, ashamed of that. Okay. What if we bring light to the pitch dark well? What if the scary monster is just a scrawny, starved feeling? What if it's just a little thing? Dark as tar indeed, but to be sorry of, not to be feared. I get self-compassion, Aries, and Aries has a hard time with that. I have seen that. You have a hard time being compassionate with yourself. All right. So my message to you is, please, if this reading resonates with you, do get help, whether it's through a therapist, whether it's through a friend, whether it's through a relative, a lover, a loved one, whatever it is. Please don't tie your worth to just say some bad thing that you did. How many good things did you do? All right, for one thing. And then on the other side of that, don't tie your worth to, like, I'm only worthy if I do everything for everybody. All right. You have a right to reciprocity. You have a right to nurturing as well. You have a right to feel that somebody's going to work just as hard for you as you would for them. All right. Respect yourself. That's what I'm getting. All right. Please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye, guys.